Hello, Scouters in the Western Region. Don McChesney. I'm here today to report to you the good news. The good news of scouting happening in the Western Region. Hopefully to make you all aware of those councils that have already achieved in this year membership growth. Let's start with the areas in the Western Region. We have areas 5, we have areas 6, and we have area 3 that have all posted membership gains at this point. And I got to tell you, that's huge. It's huge for a number of reasons. In the Western Region, when you have that many areas that are posting gains, then you certainly have a tendency to think that perhaps we're going to see more of it. And that's a good thing. Area 1 has also got a winner going into the end of the year. Boise, Idaho is posting a membership gain today, and wanted to send out a congrats to them. In Area 2, we have Casper, Wyoming, we have Orrin, Utah, and we have Ogden, Utah, all posting a membership gain. And right behind them with a plus is Idaho Falls, Idaho. In Area 3, it doesn't look like we've got anyone that has broken into that winner column yet. So we got some work to do. Councils in Area 3, Western Region, please, if you would, step it up, make it happen. But just as I look down here, I noticed that we've got Piedmont and we've also got Fresno, California that are right on the back door. You're knocking, you're there, I'm sure you'll make it. In Area 4, the Area 4 situation is one of those where we've got a number of councils that are sitting 100 to 200 down at this point. Which certainly tells me that we've got capability of posting probably what's on the desk at the office to get those turned in and also show some membership gains in Area 4. In Area 6, the Tokyo, Japan is posting membership gains at this point, and El Paso, Texas also posting membership gains. So all in all, even though you don't have a regional director at this time, soon to be named, you will have your regional director out ready to go here in 2016. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Al Lambert for his remarks related to the National Growth Program.
Thanks for that introduction, and I'm excited to be with you here today to talk about our 2016 growth plan. Within that growth plan, we've got 4 focus areas that we're going to concentrate on for 2016. They are Build an Adventure, Exploring Explosion, a focus on units, and a new category called Pilots. Let me take a minute and tell you a little bit about each of those programs. The first one is Build an Adventure, and that one you're going to be most familiar with. Build an Adventure focuses on our Cub Scout recruiting efforts across America. And what we've done over the last couple of years is identify some best methods and best practices that you can use in your councils and districts to serve and recruit more Cub Scouts. Many of you that have heard me talk have talked about how we wouldn't have any problems in the Boy Scouts if we didn't find 1 million more Cub Scouts. This program is designed at making sure that we recruit more and more Cubs every year. The second one is the Exploring Explosion. Over 200 councils are already signed up and participating in the webinars and programs that are part of our Exploring Explosion. We've got a great opportunity with our largest market, the teenage market, and all the opportunities that exist out there in business around workforce development. When we bring together the expertise of our councils, the energy of our boards, our district volunteers, together on behalf of our teenagers, we're going to explode the number of opportunities that are available for our teenagers in businesses and in exploring programs across our districts. The third one is units. This is also one that's not new to any of us that have been doing this. We put our kids into packs, troops, and crews posts, whatever it is, that's the unit that we organize around. And we know that in order to grow, we have to keep the units that we have, and we have to find new chartered partners to extend scouting in the community. So we're going to be launching programs that are focused on helping us retain the units that we have and to identify new chartered partners so that we can grow new units across districts and councils and everywhere across America. The fourth one is a fun category called pilots. Many of us have been talking about this category for a number of years. This is an avenue where we get to combine scouting's values and the things that we do real well in our core traditional programs with your markets and maybe a little bit of a non-traditional way to extend those values. While we don't have the rules and regulations and guidelines for this category set quite yet, when you see them, what we're going to do is try to figure out those programs that you're doing using scouting's programs in the community that may not be traditional, figure out how to get those up, take a look at them, and figure out which ones are replicable across the country so that we can serve more kids in neighborhoods and communities and families that we don't necessarily reach into right now. So that pilot one is real interesting, and look for some more guidelines here soon. How do we pull this all together? Well, we're going to introduce a new program called the National Growth Conference. Sometime the first couple of weeks, middle of April, we're going to get everybody together in a grand web-based broadcast where we're going to be able to share best practices, recognize some of you for the great job that you've done in 2015, and maybe call out some of you that have got some of these great innovative ideas that we're going to look into. We're going to learn about the hopes and dreams of your districts and your councils. We're going to combine those together into this web-based program where we're going to know where the Boy Scouts of America is going to go. We're going to ask you to set some goals in each one of these areas. An expectation for what you want to do, how many kids you want to recruit, and maybe some aspirational goals, some dreams about where you want to go. We're going to pull those together by area, and at the end of that evening, we're going to know where the Boy Scouts of America is going to go when we talk about Cub Scouts, Explorers, units, and maybe some of these fun new pilot programs. We're going to have an idea of how quickly we can bring our movement back to growth. So we've got some work to do right now. You're sitting at a staff planning conference or in a staff meeting right now, and there's a couple of things we need to do. We need to know our market. We need to set a plan to grow, especially around each one of these 4 areas. We need to make sure they link into your council's membership plan, and then we need to dream. We need to get excited about reaching more kids in more parts of our councils, and we need to then set the plan and go. I'm going to introduce our Chief Scout Executive right now, Mike Serbaugh, who is our greatest champion of growth. Mike's going to share with you some of his thoughts on where we're going in 2016. I thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to working with you as we grow our movement. Thanks.
My fellow professionals, welcome to 2016. Today marks the day that together we change the course of the future for the Boy Scouts of America. It's been too long that we've seen year after year where our membership is not where we want it to be at year end. Where we want it to be is growing, because we know that the program of scouting is transformational for young people. What each of you do is important. What each of you do matters. What each of you do this year matters the most. For 2016 is the year that we tell America, we're here, we're back, we're big, and we're not leaving. We're going to be in your face, we're going to be growing, because it's our time. Can you feel it? Can you feel the energy? It's across the country. We are lighting a fire in scouting, and you heard today about the 4 components of our growth plan for next year. This year in 2016, next year in 2017, the year after in 2018, we will be growing. You will see a 3-year explosion of scouting. You're going to be a part of that. I'm going to be a part of that. Together, we will grow this movement. Join me, and let's move forward in 2016 and make this a year we will never forget.